Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. First things first, if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please hit that subscribe button. And yes, that's my son Dallas in the background, but he's not going to be in this video because for this video I am comparing the complexion products, complexion meaning foundation, concealer and powder, of Huda Beauty and Fenty Beauty. And I'm going to be comparing these products and seeing how they work on my kind of skin. And my kind of skin is aging kind of skin. So basically my skin is already aging. I have a lot of pigmentation and brown spots. Most of the time you're not going to see them because of the foundation on my face, but I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. My skin is also very uneven. It's very dry on some parts and oily on other parts. I have enlarged pores, uneven texture, uneven tone, fine lines. So because my skin is aging, I always need a foundation with really good coverage, meaning like a foundation that can really cover up and conceal all of my flaws to make me look as radiant as I do now in front of the camera. And because my skin is aging, that kind of foundation is very hard to find because foundations with a lot of coverage tend to be very thick in texture and in formula and very drying. Those kind of textures and formulas do not work well with aging skin such as mine, because when your foundation and your powder makes your skin look extra dry, then you look older. That also tends to accentuate and enhance the fine lines. And when you get older and you have like dryness in certain areas of your face like your cheeks and the foundation is very thick, then that foundation or the powder will crack and crease and it's just going to look very artificial and very cakey. So yeah, it's a lot tougher to find foundation and powder when your skin is aging. So what I chose from Fenty Beauty for the foundation is the soft matte foundation, so that it's more of an apples to apples comparison with the Huda Beauty foundation that I'm going to be applying, because the Huda Beauty one is a soft matte as well. I've already tried the products on my face. I've got them on right now. On one side of my face, I've got the Fenty Beauty complexion products. On the other side of my face, I have the Huda Beauty complexion products. Can you guess which side of my face has what? Well, I'm gonna let you know anyway because we're gonna get into it right now. Okay, let's get started, and I am going to start out with Huda Beauty first on this side of my face. Alright, so this is the Faux Filter foundation that was launched some years ago, and if you have been watching me, you know that I'm a big fan of this foundation and I use it a lot. Almost in all of my looks that I do on my Instagram, I use this foundation, and I'm sure like you can figure out why. As you see, it really effectively covers all of my pigmentation, and what I like about it is that it's not super matte, that it makes my skin look very dry. So I would say like it's still a very natural finish. It doesn't cake on my skin at all. I would say like the Faux Filter foundation is Huda Beauty's best product. I really would say that because I have tried a lot of Huda Beauty's products. It's one of my favorite makeup brands. But for me, like the foundation is really like their most iconic and most effective product for me. In case you're wondering, I'm using the Zoeva 102 foundation brush, which I love to use for liquid foundation. So that comes on really easily when you use this brush. In a matter of seconds, your foundation is blended at least on one side of the face. So there you can really see a huge difference, and I hope you understand how much I love this foundation, because just look how much more flawless and even my skin looks on this side compared to the other side. And now for the very first time in my life, I am going to try Huda Beauty's Overachiever Concealer. So for being such a huge fan of Huda Beauty, I know it's a bit surprising that I've never tried this before, but I've always remained very loyal to a certain foundation, not from this brand, so that is why. I'm going to blend it out with a damp beauty blender. So I have wet this beauty blender a bit. I always love to apply concealer or to blend concealer with a damp beauty blender. It goes on much better, stays on much better, and it avoids caking and creasing. Wow, this gives a lot of coverage. Okay guys, so when you apply this, I recommend just use a couple of dots of product. I definitely applied more than I should, but hey, I was excited. Okay, so wow, that really gives a lot of coverage. I would say the texture though is a little bit thicker than what I'm used to, but in terms of coverage, wow. Okay, let's set that now with Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Loose Powder. So you guys must see me using this a lot as well in my videos. I really love this powder because it's so lightweight and it doesn't really add any texture to your foundation, and it's softly mattifying. And there you have it, Huda Beauty on one half of my face, nothing on the other half of my face. So let's get into it with the Fenty Beauty on the other side. I'm really excited to finally try the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. So I can immediately tell you that this is so much more watery than the Huda Beauty. The texture feels a lot lighter. Doesn't seem like there's much scent in it, wherein the Huda Beauty is heavily scented, but in a pleasant way. This one does feel a lot more hydrating, just because it's more watery, I guess. Because it's more watery, I did apply more product onto my brush. For the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation, you just really need to apply very little. For this, you will need to take more product because it's so watery that the brush absorbs a lot of the product. And I'm gonna have to go in with even more product now. I already put a lot on the first layer, but I need to go in with more now to really get the kind of coverage that I want. And because it's more watery, it will take a little bit of more time to blend as well. The coverage is buildable, but if you do want like really full coverage, you are really going to have to build. You will need to use more product, wherein with the Huda Beauty, you only need a few drops to get full coverage. Okay guys, so this product really does take some time to blend out very well. I'm guessing it might be easier with a sponge. And surprisingly, the Fenty one has more hydration, wherein I thought it was going to be very matte. Okay, let's go in now with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. So this one is exactly the same color, the same shade as the foundation. And I'm going to blend that again with a damp beauty blender. Okay, the texture of this is definitely lighter than the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. It's more hydrating under the eye, easier to blend. In terms of coverage though, the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer gives more. Okay, let's set that now with the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Loose Powder. I got the shade Banana. This is very mattifying. Texture is a little bit thicker than Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Loose Powder. I wouldn't say though that my comparison with the loose powders is very accurate, because for Fenty Beauty I got the shade in Banana, which is a lot warmer than the shade that I used for the Huda Beauty's loose powder. So you can really literally see that this side of my face is a lot warmer because of the loose powder. I am gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and I'm gonna come back and give my final verdict. Okay, final verdict time, and what's it going to be? Huda Beauty or Fenty Beauty for aging skin? Let's take it per product. So for foundation, Huda Beauty's Full Filter Foundation will give you more coverage for less product. You can achieve comparable amount of coverage with Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation, but you will need to use a lot more product. I found the texture of Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Foundation to be a lot more lightweight and hydrating, but I still really like the luxe texture and the luxe scent of Huda Beauty's Full Filter Foundation. So for me, I still haven't found a foundation to beat Huda Beauty's Full Filter Foundation. It's still my favorite. It doesn't cake at all on my skin. For aging skin, I think it really gives you great coverage without the creasing or the cracking that's going to enhance any fine lines. So for foundation, for me, it's still Huda Beauty. Now let's talk about concealers. The Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer will give you coverage like you've never seen before. You can see literally here that my sunken line is completely disappeared. It's totally gone. The coverage is amazing. It really does overachieve in terms of coverage. But it can be a little bit dry, so if you have very dry skin or a lot of fine lines underneath your eyes, it may crack under your eyes because the texture is very rich. Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, on the other hand, does give you a fair amount of coverage, not as much as the Huda Beauty one, but still fair enough amount, and it's a lot more hydrating, quite lightweight. So even if you've got lines underneath your eyes, I don't think cracking or creasing is going to be an issue. It's a lot easier and quicker to blend as well. So for the concealer, I am going to give the prize to Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. And lastly, for the loose powder, Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Loose Powder gives you very lightweight coverage. You can hardly feel the texture on your skin, but it does the job. So it's like an invisible player. It really does the job, but you can't really see it and you can't really feel it. Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Instant Retouch Loose Powder in Banana. I found the texture to be a little bit too thick for my liking. You can't see it on camera, but if you look up close onto my skin, it does look a little bit dry and it is starting to crack. So I'm not a huge fan of this loose powder, unfortunately. So I have to give the prize here to Huda Beauty. Okay guys, so that is it for my video. Huda Beauty versus Fenty Beauty for aging skin like mine. If you want to see me comparing any other products with each other, any other brands with each other, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope this video was helpful. If you appreciated it, then please give me some appreciation and leave me a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to me if you haven't, and please follow me on Instagram as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.